What's up, guys? Big Papa Drock back with another RaidShadowLegends video, and yes, we got him on the channel, the one, the only, my boy, Ash. Welcome in, brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing a hell of a lot better now that I'm on your channel, bro. I'm glad to be here, bro. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Full disclosure, guys, we just did a video on Ash's channel. We're continuing that theme over here, talking about some of the champions that we feel need buffs the most and selling each other on those champions. So make sure to check that out on Ash's channel. I will link it down below. But yeah, I had a lot of fun chatting on that side, and now I get to return the favor and talk to you about some of the champions that I am not a huge fan of that I think need buffs really badly.
I want to hear who you have on your list, man. Pitch me the worst champions in Raid. There's a lot to choose from, to be fair. There's a lot to choose from.
There are. And, you know, I was looking through the list. We were both looking through this before we even started, like, oh my God, like this could end up being a 4-hour-long video if we ever wanted to do that. So guys, if you want to see a 4-hour-long collab, let us know in the comments down below, because I'm certain we can do it. But
dude, I did a 6-hour or 7-hour video once. Do you know that?
You did a 4-hour one the other month about reviewing every legendary that I saw.
Yeah, I did a 6.5-hour video, bro. One time. No one should ever watch it. I'm not trying to self-promote here. I apologize.
I actually kind of want to go watch it now. So now I'm like, I need to see.
No. It's crazy though, because to be on like the recording end of that a video that long, dude, you're just like, I hit record. I knew it was gonna be long, but like I hit record at 1 p.m. It's like 7:30. I'm starving. I'm thirsty. I'm like,
how could
I didn't do any cuts, bro? I just went through.
How could you even talk after that? Is the thing that I would get to. Like
honestly, dude, like I was in pain. My throat was in pain, and I had to go to sleep. I was exhausted, like physically exhausted.
Yes,
you know?
that would absolutely crush me. I actually now really want to go watch this video. So definitely, I'm linking that video down below as well.
No one should ever watch that crap. All right.
But they should watch this.
Sorry, man. I'm
they should watch
this
video. No, I love this. Let's talk. Okay, so I've got some champions for you. We're gonna lead off with some of the dwarfs. We're gonna go into the dwarfs. We're gonna lead off there.
Some of them. Are you picking on the whole faction?
Oh, I've got a couple dwarfs for you, and I'm a dwarf lover. In the game, I love dwarfs. But anyway, I've got
outside, huh? Not outside the game?
They're great outside too. Either way, all dwarfs are awesome. But this dwarf is not. And we're gonna start with a dwarf that I actually got on my free-to-play challenge that I ended up feeding when I was doing the Hell Hades challenge, and that is Nari the Lucky. You do not
the Lucky.
Yeah, Nari the Lucky. I don't think I've ever seen this guy in a team in the game in the 4 years plus that I played Raid. Now, to be fair, I think he's only been in here for like 2 or so years, but I mean, this guy is just so bad. You can look at the reviews. He's literally sub 2 for all of his reviews, which is kind of incredible. Yeah. One of the worst reviewed champions in the game. But if you look at his kit, like he's got a AoE provoke for 1 turn and a counterattack buff just on himself. Okay, cool, super exciting. And his A1 has a chance to steal a buff, not even at 100%. That's about it. Like, he's got one of the absolute worst kits in the game and desperately needs a buff. He's got an AoE that places decreased accuracy and decreased resistance. Wow, what a combo. I really despise this dwarf, Ash. I am not a fan. So I want him buffed immediately.
Okay. I'm with you on this dude, man. He's kind of a cool, I'm not sure if I love his design or if I hate his design, like just aesthetically, visually, you know?
Yeah.
But either way, is that his tongue?
That is. I was actually just looking at that.
Elegaeus like tongue he's got there. I wonder who has the longer tongue.
I think they really like long tongues at Plarium, apparently.
Something about it. I don't know. I love that. How would you buff? I think I have a great idea. No big deal. If I do say so myself, I think I have a great idea on how to buff him. But do you have anything in mind?
I have no clue. I just despise this champion. What do you got for us?
Dude, I want to take a page from 2 other champions to buff this guy. Because he's a thief, right? He's all about, he's a thief. He's stealing buffs all over the place. That's what he's supposed to do, doing at least. So I want to take a page from Mighty Uko, and I want to take a page from Gamaran. Okay. So I want to take a page from Mighty Uko. I want his passive to change those buffs to protected buffs. Oh, right. So that's just the start here, right? And then I want to give kind of like a Gamaran. I want to add a God. Where would you add it in his kit? I don't even know. On one of his abilities somehow or his passive, you need to add a buff spread too. You know?
Yeah. Now we're cooking a little bit here.
Yeah. So you got the protected buff steals, and then he's a buff spreader. Like you can't just steal the buff like a random ally. That's not very helpful. You know?
No.
So you got to steal a protected buff, put it on a random ally, and if that ally is
maybe it boosts damage. Maybe you take a page out of Fearl's book, and when he throws these buffs up, maybe he gets a damage boost for everybody.
Oh, interesting. Maybe would it be that busted just to put it on all allies to steal that buff and just do a buff spread?
This is RaidShadowLegends 2025. Forget it. Busted went out the window years ago at this point.
Yeah, right?
Power creep the hell out of Nari the Lucky. Yeah. Everybody gets the buff.
Snare to his kit too. Did you see the new mythical as ensnare?
I didn't even read what it does. What does it do actually?
Well, she ensnares. I know that. She actually looks pretty good, but I don't know what ensnare does.
She does. Yeah. I don't know what it does yet either, but she does look good. So I am excited. By the
time this video goes live, we might know. I don't know, but
fingers crossed.
Okay. Anyway, I like the idea of just leaning into I love the call out. I would just lean more into the buffs, like make them protected, spread them to more allies, all that stuff. Is A2. I don't know. Those debuffs are not very compelling to have. But
they're definitely like some of the least compelling debuffs in the game. So I think maybe we could address that too. But I actually really like this idea.
Nice to have category, but no one, unless you're at trials, you're not like, oh yeah, I need the decrease accuracy.
The trials. That's another thing. But I think that actually would be good to have him spreading buffs everywhere, protecting them, like make the kit more exciting in that regard. So I like that.
Buff manipulator.
I like that solution. Also, really love the aesthetics here where he's got what is this? Pierce nipples that are linked.
I wasn't going to mention it.
I will again. I can't not mention it. This dude is a little freaky. You know what I mean? He's a little freaky.
Has a lot in common with Mighty Uko. The pierce nipples and all.
The pierce nipples, long tongue look is just really working for me with this dwarf. We really need this guy to be a lot better. So okay. We're sold on him. We're gonna go a little more old school now to a champion that actually used to be pretty good in arena, but now has just been insanely power crept, and that is the one and only Mountain King.
Awful. I knew we were going on this one.
Awful. Bro, he's so this is such a sad story because
it is.
I think back to when I first started playing Raid, and getting a Mountain King was a good thing. Like you actually were excited because of the abilities with like just ignoring 50% of the target's defense. That was pretty rare back in the day. Like, even though it was only a one hitter, he could absolutely smack. And his whole kit is only single target, which nowadays is super rough. But on top of that,
one-time hitters too.
One-time hitters, yes.
Oh, sorry, you're already going there. My bad.
But one-time hitters, and also doesn't like his A3 has a long, like they all have long cooldowns here as well. They're all 4 turns once booked, which is long nowadays. And on top of that, it doesn't do anything super incredible beyond just like hitting the champion. So like you got the A3 that ignores the shield and block damage, but that's it. And so I just think this guy, like he needs some love, Ash. And there's something really simple that I would do. And you already mentioned it. Like first and foremost, let this guy get some extra turns or get some extra hits or do something in that regard. Like if you're going to make his entire kit single hit, okay, fine. But give him some spice. And then the other thing that I would really love to see them do is make one of these abilities either 1, block revive, or 2, ignore stone skin, or frankly, do both. Like, keep him as a single target machine, fine. Like, that's still really niche, but at least give him utility in today's game to be scary in the arena.
I love the idea of having block revive in his kit, to your point, because dude, the payoff on this dude nowadays, even if you can get a kill on these long cooldowns, everything you said was 100% accurate. Even if you can get a kill, it's like, wow, I got him to kill somebody. And then it's like there's 1,000,000,001 revivers in the game right now.
Yes.
It's like revive. And then you're like, oh, like it's not enough anymore. It's not enough, So I 100% agree with you, man. I mean, And for PvE, they can make it not reset each round, and then he becomes like a single target nuker against the boss if he gets some kills on the waves, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what you could do with this champion? I was just thinking too. Make this guy a nice counter. Make this guy counter nice, right? Like, look at his A3. He ignores shields and block damage. Block damage, of course, the number one issue with Nice in Arena, the fact you can't take that buff away, and he's so powerful. So why not do something like this? This popped in my head too. Why not ignore shield, block damage, and ignore passives? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Now if you want to annihilate a Nice right off the rip and then maybe throw an extra turn on it too. Oh.
And Siegfried, you know?
Yes, and Siegfried as well. Yes. Yes. Like this champion, I love this guy. Or I used to love this guy, and now I just really I feel sad when I see him, and so I desperately want them to buff him.
Yeah, man. I totally agree. Good call out, Mountain King, man. The mighty have fallen. Mighty have fallen. That is the dude that you do not want to see under any circumstances coming out of a shard. You're like, no,
you definitely no, not the king, not Mountain King.
His best use case now is his 31k HP, throwing him in a shield or a bolster set. That's it. You know?
Yeah, he's like your dummy. He's just there to goose up your team. Oh,
yeah,
brutal. All right, on we go. Now we're going to a champion that's actually been buffed recently and is still god-awful, in my opinion, and that is the one and only Fortis.
Fortis.
Fortis. Like, look, I get that they've put Fabian in the game now, and maybe you have an ability to kind of combo up with him a little bit, but there's still, you should not need another champion to make a Void champion good. I'm gonna die on this hill. If you are summoning a Void champion, which is supposed to be some of the strongest game in the game, with the exception of maybe Mythicals, but if you're summoning a Void champion, they need to function on their own, and their kit needs to be synergistic, and they need to be damn good at whatever they do. And frankly, this guy is still really damn bad. And he has, I think, actually the worst reviews in the entire game. If you look at the reviews, he's at 1.4.
Oh my word!
Like, he is still one of the worst reviews.
So trash, dude.
In the game,
so trash.
Because you can't use his kit. You cannot use what he does. Like, True Fear already has so many, drawbacks. But the reality is like Raid Shadow Legends has become a buff heavy game, and you should not need for him to be able to do decent damage. You should not need to have like every single thing go right and strip Stone Skin and not have protected buffs and whatever else. He's just not usable. The dude is not usable.
Yeah, man. He's awful. I think that here's the thing. Secret skills in this game, I can only think of I can only think of one that still exists, Morta Macabre, other than Astral Terrors, you know?
Yes.
Actually, Death's Bargain on Valkynin too.
Valkynin, that would be the other one. Yeah, you're right.
But Valkynin, when you unlock that secret skill, it's a guaranteed block revive kill no matter what. You know? When you unlock a Morta Macabre, you're looking at a guaranteed block revive, or very close to, you know. Nowadays, maybe not a guaranteed, but it's a massive threat. Astral Terrors, man. I agree with you, first of all. Like, dude, like his A2 is you place a True Fear that can't be resisted if they're under a fear. Like, okay. Okay. Like, A, let's not make anything in his kit require accuracy. B, he's a defense-based nuker. Let's bring his own decreased defense. C, if you're going to have a secret skill, an unlockable skill that has to proc a 40% chance to be unlocked, then that payoff has to be amazing for me, you know, because it requires a setup in RNG. And so, I mean, the easiest way to do it for me would be like ignore 50% of defense, get 20% extra ignore defense. It might not sound like a lot to a lot of viewers, but that's a lot, you know, as you know. And I don't know, man, maybe even not make it a secret skill at all. And up the multipliers, like, I don't know. Bring his own increased defense. His whole kit infuriates me, man. Because
the best part of his kit too, like we both know this, everyone knows this champion, or maybe you don't know, this champion was recently buffed. All they did was change his multipliers. That's I don't think they changed.
Dude, I was so excited to try him out. I'm like, at least they bumped the multipliers. I can't wait to see him smack. It's gonna be a pain to set up. And then he still didn't even hit that hard, dude. Like,
oh my god. And
that was the worst part, man.
It just drives me nuts. They waited years to buff this dude, and all they did was change one value in a spreadsheet, and then he still got awful. And now you have to wait another 3 years for him to maybe get some love. And again, This is a Void champion, some of the hardest champions in the game to get.
Yeah, dude. He's right behind Angar in the worst champions come out of a Void shard for me, bro. Yes. And, dude, the only cool thing about his kit, honestly, to me, is the increase the enemy chance of skills failing by 15% when under fear or true fear. Like, that's pretty cool, especially with a Fabian, but it's not cool enough to be a Void legendary, man.
Yeah.
I like what they were trying to do with this kit. Like, okay, a super powerful champion that synergizes with fear and true fear, which is not in the meta, but the payoff, the execution was trash.
Yes. They just missed the mark in terms of how his kit works. He needs these, like, what I would call a serious rework, real damage increase and real thought given to making his kit work synergistically with himself. Like you said, whether increased defense, decreased defense, whatever, help him help himself. So, yeah.
Well, the thing is if you don't make that skill secret, right? Yes. If it's just a straight up 4-turn, 5-turn cooldown, whatever, book down to 3 or 4, right? Then all of a sudden, Fabian and Embreeze become his best friend.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can use Embreeze with the extra turn True Fear as a setup, remove Stone Skin or whatever. And like now you're cooking, Yes. But it doesn't, yeah, I don't know. It sucks with the RNG.
Take the secret skill away. Yeah, sucks with the RNG is the best way to put it. Too much RNG, not a good thing. So, okay.
All right.
We are aligned here for sure. What else we got? Oh, I got one for you. Okay, this one is one that really... It's not like this champion is the worst thing ever, but I feel like she's just so hardcore power crept and her kit makes absolutely no sense.
Give me the faction. I want to guess.
All right, the faction is Banner Lords.
Oh, and it's a she.
It's a she.
Oh, you're going for Raglin.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I am going for Raglin. Dude, this champion used to be like solid, I would say, because her revive.
She used to be like S tier, in my opinion.
Yes, like she was up there, right? Like because her revive is so insane, right? 2-turn cooldown on revive, full turn meter. Funny enough, I actually would change this too, and I'll get to that in a second. But the thing that's always really, I'm just gonna be honest, the thing that's pissed me off about this champion is why, in God's name, is her cleanse heal based on attack? This is one of the easiest things to fix. Her heal amount is proportional to her attack. She's a support Void. Why is she getting a heal based off of attack? It's like literally.
Come on, man. It's obvious. It's amazing.
Apparently she's a warrior. I mean, it makes no sense. It makes no sense, Ash.
I hear you. And the cooldown is 4.
Oh, yes. Brutal cooldown as well. So, I mean, she needs help. She's a really old school champion. She's poorly reviewed now. She didn't used to be. She needs help. And there's 2 simple things that I would do to fix her. First and foremost, make her A2 better. She cleanses, she heals. It's no longer based off of attack. Get that out of here. And give it one more spicy thing. Give it a shield. Give it a strengthen. Give it, I don't care. Give it some kind of
when
buff.
Relic Retender has a better cleanse than a Void Lego, you've got a big issue.
Yeah, you have a serious problem. Yeah. So just fix the A2 and make it a shorter cooldown. Like this should be, you know what? Actually, screw it. Get really crazy. Make it a 2-turn cooldown as well on this, just like the revive. Make her nutty. And then the only other thing I'm changing about her kit, if I really want to get max value, is literally on this revive, which is only one champion, right? Instead of it being a full turn meter, make it a max turn meter.
That's exactly, man. I was going to say the same thing. I thought it was so clever, but you beat me to it. I agree.
Make it a max, baby. There's only one other champion in the entire game, and it also happens to be, funny enough, an epic Void. Epic. So why not just give her a max? Why not? Yeah. Am I crazy here?
Yeah. I think you're not crazy at all. I wonder what would you rather have a 4-turn revive boost to max on an AoE, or would you rather have a 2-turn boost to max single target?
Oh, I would much rather have the AoE. I mean, if they're going to make it a 4-turn AoE max revive, then she becomes legitimately one of the best revivers in the game. Like
that's what I would do, man. That's what I would do, because like Cardinal has a 5-turn boost to max. Like, why the heck can't Raglin avoid Lego?
Yes. Yes, that would be so. You could do so many incredible things with a Raglin then in that case. And if you fix the A2, I'm actually just jazzed thinking about it. An AoE max, like,
you'd think this is rocket science, but they can only handle 2 buffs a month and only very limited champions.
Oh, it's honestly, I'm just gonna say this straight up, Ash. It's one of my biggest issues in the game. That champions, there are, I think there's almost 1,000 champions in the game now, all in, close to
Yeah, it's like
that.
8 or 9 or something like that. Yeah.
2 champions once every month or two is just not enough. It's not enough. It has to get better. I've said it before, I'll say it again. And it's not, here's the thing, it's not hard. I'm begging you, player.
No.
If you see this video, please, I will do it for you. I will sit down and I will write them out, and you can
especially after coming off of a whole year before the 2 a month with no bounce.
Yes.
You know?
Where they just gave up, basically.
And then they made a big announcement. They're like, hey guys, we're gonna buff.
Get excited. We're buffing.
And listen, like some of their buffs they nailed. So like, some they missed, they whiffed, but they do come up with some good buffs, right? And it's just like, man, it's such a shame because not every champion in the game obviously like needs to be the best, right? But just some updates to some of these champions, like would it kill Raglin to have a cardinal-like ability? Like I don't know.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And
common sense on some of this, on some of these buffs, like they're just, even look at Bannerlords, man. I mean, like you can say this about every faction almost, right? But like, there's so many outdated champions here, right? That like, there's one thing to continue to add new compelling champions with new abilities that people really want to get their hands on. And I get it. I understand that's part of the game. That's how this genre of games works, right? Hero collectors, gotcha games, but like, really sitting there, I don't know if this guy's on your list, but like with a Septimus, my man has been like so hard crept, man. Like, just give me an update. Like players really appreciate, from my comments, I'm sure your viewers are the same way, man, but like players really appreciate having someone who is in their vault suddenly be viable. Like it's a really good feeling, like
absolutely.
I don't know,
absolutely. You know what the other fun aspect of it is too, and I don't know if you feel this way, but we've played RaidShadowLegends now for quite some time. You a little bit longer than me. I think you played for 5, almost 6 years. I've played.
Yeah, man. I started like, well, who cares? Who cares?
I think you started 2020. I started 2021. So over 4 years for me. Here's the thing, man. Some of these champions used to be awesome, and I have a lot of fond memories of using them. It would be pretty sick to go to my vault, pull out my Septimus that I used to love, that I still remember the first time I faced him in arena and he absolutely clapped me with a Necrit combo that I'd never seen before. I remember this 4 years later, by the way, guys, because that's how much I love this game. But he doesn't get any use anymore. And if they would go back in here and fix some of these champions, not only would it be cool to be able to have more viable champions on your roster, but there's a nostalgia aspect of this for those of us who have played this game for a long time, who have sunk a lot of our time into this game too, where it would be so cool to see Septimus be a usable, good champion again in whatever way they decide, right? Whatever part of the game he's great for, I would just love to see that. That would make me feel those memories I felt when I would say I was most in love with Raid, when I was really falling deeply in love with the game and the mechanics, and before all the crazy stuff like polymorph.
You hit the nail on the head, man. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Like, dude, when they actually pull off an amazing buff, like I love it, man. I get super excited about it, So, and I do have those nostalgia. Everything that you said, it rings true, I'm sure with your viewers too. So, like, yeah, man, I don't get it. I mean, I don't get it other than just being stingy. Like, like it's not like it's going to ruin new champions. You can still release awesome new champions that are better than new champions even after the buff.
You have more champions to put on shard summonings now. There's more reasons for people to want to pull for a champion now that they may have had in the vault. Maybe they get another copy, whatever else. So,
Yep.
I don't know, man. Well, I've got one more for you.
I was going to say, do you have any more? Yeah, okay.
I do. I have one more champion.
So many to choose from, bro.
There really is. But I dislike this champion quite a bit, and I do think she is really bad.
Okay, faction.
Knights Rev.
It's a she again.
Okay. There's a couple.
Oh God, man.
Yeah, who you thinking?
I mean, it's obvious. It's the rare in disguise, Narma the Returned.
Yeah,
right?
That's a great way to put it, dude. Rare in disguise, man. This is just.
Yeah.
I don't think this champion, frankly, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think this champion has ever been good. You know what I mean? Like, I think she's always been at best mediocre, at worst really bad. She is just an OG champion whose kit was never conducive to what they wanted her to do, never really got value out of it. She needs to complete and utter rework. Like, you want her to be a poisoner, totally fine, but we've got to completely update her kit, because as it stands right now, 3 single target, like, I mean, like, I can see this maybe working in Clan Boss, sort of, kind of, but there's so
back in the day, like way back in the day, in 2020, 2019, she would have been a great Clan Boss champion.
Yes.
Demon Lord.
Yes.
But like, why are they releasing a Demon Lord specialist that doesn't fall into the Wixwell or the unkillable meta in 2023 or whenever she was released to the game? It's not, man. Give me Dark Kale all day, every day. You know?
Yeah, she just needs a total rework, and they need to really give her some help, because she is easily one of the champions I am most upset to see pop out of a Sharp when she pops out.
Oh yeah,
like,
dude.
There's no use here.
There can't be any worse, really, than her, because it's like, it doesn't matter who you are, really. It's tough to get any real utility out of her. I haven't released it yet at the time of this recording, but I made a video talking about, like, poisoners are going extinct in this game to begin with. You know, they haven't given us any content to utilize such a fundamental debuff in part of this game. Right.
Yeah.
So like that to begin, there's so many cool poisoners. Noct the Paralyzer, Corvus the Corruptor, Narma the Returned. She's not cool, but you know, King Galkabar. There's so many champions that could be beasts if, you know, poison was a bit more viable. Right. And Narma, like, poor thing, she still wouldn't be viable. Like, she's that bad, I feel like, you know?
No, you're so right, because like modes like Hydra, you don't, like, poison does not
put it on half the heads, you know?
You know, it doesn't help you there. So this is just one of those things where this is such a simple win to go in here and give her some love, and everybody knows she is not good, nor, you know, has ever really been good.
And poison's in such a bad spot, man, in my opinion, that like, the only way to give her love, staying true to the theme, is the lazy instantly activates all poison.
Yeah,
like and even that is not enough anymore, because not enough areas of the game, you know, especially if she's going to remain single target. Like who cares, really?
Yeah.
You know, like I love Stock the Broken. You know, like I think he was a super cool champion to add to the game. But again, not to belabor my point, man, but like, dude, like I don't even use him. You know, like I love him, but I don't use him, you know, and it's like, you know, I don't know. It's a shame, but yeah, Narma takes the cake. She's the worst. She's the worst.
Yeah, she is something else. So I think that's all for now. But I mean,
for now, we could easily have a part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 to this video.
Pick a faction and look through it, and you can find at least 4 to 5 champions where you're kind of like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, dude. God, thanks so much for coming on. I want to
end, even though it's not my video. I want to end by asking a question. I just pulled the champion that I know you did a review on, and I'll be real, I didn't watch the video because I didn't have the champion at the time. Nice. But I just pulled Callowite, the Ash Arrow, or whatever. Oh,
yeah.
Like, give me your 10-second rundown. Is he any good at all? I don't think he is. Is he?
Kialta, the Ash Arrow. No. So here's my thoughts on this guy.
I'll watch your video.
He could be good. He could be good. He's meant to be like an Armon's counter, but the way his kit works doesn't do what you need him to do, basically. He doesn't do enough damage, first and foremost, and on top of that, he doesn't reliably counter the stuff you need him to counter. So he has potential, but is another champion that needs a slight buff. Yeah, here's a little bonus one. And I cannot pronounce his name to save my life, and now there will be a million comments down below about how to pronounce it. It's like Quelte or something like that.
I said Callowite. It's definitely not that.
Well, considering how I pronounce some of the champions on your video, you know.
I'll ruin one for your viewers who don't care about me and won't watch my video. But maybe Drock is right. I want to be fair here, because, like, dude, I butcher every other name anyway. But he calls Thystopus Bistifus. He's
my sweet Bistifus.
You may be right, man. I don't know.
Can somebody tell us how to pronounce this? Put it in the comments down below, guys.
Sam doesn't even know how to pronounce this crap, man. Yeah, they pronounce Kale as Kyle.
That was actually okay. Can we just talk about that for a second? Yeah. That was like so jarring to watch that Call of the Arbiter episode and be like, wait, what? Like, Kyle? We've been calling this dude.
I think they changed it, though. I think they changed it.
Did they actually?
I'm actually stealing this opinion from somebody else. I forgot who it was, but the last time I talked to a creator on a collab about Kyle, they were like, yeah, but towards the end of the episodes, they changed it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's so, I actually did not even realize that. By the way, I was just looking at high elves for Kyle instead of dark elves. That's when you know your brain is fried too good. But dude, thanks so much for coming on and joining me and talking about some champions that we know need a little bit of love, man. Really
pleasure was all mine, man. Love collabing with you, Drock. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, anytime. So guys, thanks so much. Make sure to check out Ash's channel again. I will link it down below. And as always, have a wonderful rest of your day. This has been Big Papa Drock and Ash, and we are out.